See if it comes
away.
through.
Yeah.
It would come through.
Yeah. What? Is it playing back through the...
Yeah.
Oh. Alright, we'll just have it off.
Yeah.
Oh, that is terrible.
Yeah.
That is terrible.
We got anyone in the chat?
Bro, I don't know how we can balance it. If I'm on the chat.
If you just, if you have like the chat open on one screen, you can just 3 fingers and, you know what I mean?
What, so just keep flipping back and forth?
I guess. I mean, you don't need to be on the screen. We've got the chat up.
Yeah,
I can put the chat up over here. I'll bring it up now. For watching?
For watching? Oh, let's go. Welcome, welcome. Oh, 2 would be after me.
Hey, Crypto Head. Alright. Should we take a look at the Ethereum USDT graph?
Alrighty, welcome to the live stream. Let us know how the audio is in the chat. We are just going to be taking a look at a few of the...
What's happening here?
Yeah, a few of the charts, a few of the prices. There's been a lot of action in Bitcoin and Ethereum over the last 24 hours. I'm here with ShizoCrypto. He is a bit more technical analysis based, and we're just going to take a look through all the markets, see what's going on. Some exciting times over the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, going into price discovery. It's pretty exciting to see where we'll head from here.
Yeah, primarily let's focus on some Ethereum.
Let's look at this. We've got the 1-day graph. We blasted through that resistance level of the previous all-time high, heading into price discovery now. I'm pretty interested to see. Yeah, I've been awake all night watching.
Yeah, I've been awake all night watching.
We just went live.
Oh no, watching the Ethereum chart.
Do you want to swap?
Yeah, I was just going to check the audio out.
As we can see, guys, we blasted through this all-time high back here after a bit of consolidation from Bitcoin's massive dip. It's kind of hard to say how high we'll go or where we'll go. That's why I'm personally holding. I think everyone should just be holding through this until we see some really negative results. But
Crypto has had some weird background noise going on there.
oh, that's probably the aircon. Almost certain that's the aircon. Let me see if I can push it up. How's it now, Crypto Head?
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I know I'll be watching this like a hawk for a while. We'll probably skyrocket up here after this impulse, make another impulse at, I don't know, I'd say probably 2K, maybe a little bit more, with a few bumps down the road, but raw holding for the long run on this bull run. I don't think it's over yet.
Crypto Head, where are you based? Ireland. Nice.
Oh, Ireland.
Not
What
bad.
time is it over there?
Yeah, what time is it over in Ireland? We're streaming from Australia.
How many viewers are we on? What do you say?
10:48 a.m.
Been awake all night.
Fair enough. It's hard to stop watching.
Yeah. In this price discovery mode, I think I'm just gonna be watching all the big analysts seeing what they're saying with the future price estimates. I'll be watching MicroStrategy, see what's going on with them, seeing if they'll be adding anything to their portfolios in the near future. Watching Grayscale, watching PayPal, watching Square. Just watch all the big names, just watch and make sure that it keeps going up. I'll watch the chat as well. Do you guys have Twitter? Yes, we do have Twitter. Do you want me? I'll link you our Twitter. Our Twitter's in the chat. Do you want to switch?
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting watching what happens to Ethereum over the next sort of few weeks. I think it was kind of surprising to see Ethereum sort of rocket up with there's so much hype and anticipation around Bitcoin and what happened with Dogecoin and all the GameStop stuff happening over in the US. Strange to see it all transfer into Ethereum. Not complaining though. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin charts. Yeah, I think we expected a bit more from Bitcoin. We can see here, this is where Elon tweeted out.
Way to do it.
Over here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What would you call this? Descending wedge?
Probably just descending resistance level, yeah.
Well,
What's this?
and
It's just a
I
Bitcoin
think it
killer.
was going to be a coin flip if we broke to the upside or the downside. But look how bearish this looks until Elon.
Agreed, yeah.
It looks terrible until he tweeted it out. So even though I think a lot of people were expecting a bigger reaction, the chart looks a lot more promising because of it. Would you agree?
Yep. I think it really Elon's tweet really allowed us to break through this like descending resistance level. So I think it really did work as like a catalyst for us to keep moving on the upside. It really could have, as you said, it really could have gone either way once we got to the end of this descending wedge. Could have gone downwards. I honestly thought it was going to go downwards down to the 25 mark and break down and then kind of go back up. But yeah, I agree
Yeah, exactly.
with you.
Like how much downside could there have been? We could have broken down to
Even 20K.
Looking at the chart,
sort of a lot of
25K, 20K.
Yeah, like Max Kaiser, was he the one who said it was going down to 20K?
I think so, yeah. And yeah, looking at the chart, you could potentially expect until you saw this price action. So
Yeah.
even though we didn't see a monumental move, we weren't pushing all-time highs or anything, the charts look a lot more promising because of what happened. And let's not forget this week, we have Michael Saylor doing his institutional investment seminar in the States. Just the news surrounding that should be bullish for the Bitcoin price and should be, I feel like we see a nice build up over the next week or two.
Yeah, I say we'll get back up to that. Around the 40K level, build some more resistance, maybe some support. And then once we keep moving further, if we do come back down, then we'll have some nice. What?
Seeing text messages of people asking how to buy Tesla and Amazon.
Oh, right.
I was checking to see if we could pump up on the screen. The Elon pump, exactly. That is what we're seeing right here. But I feel like a lot of people were expecting a bit more. I guess even Elon, the richest man or the former world's richest man, doesn't have enough power to pull up a $700 billion asset at this point.
I think especially with the greed index right now.
Yeah.
Greed was just so high. There's so many wet hands just holding it.
Yeah, definitely.
Another thing I wanted to look at was this Ethereum Bitcoin graph. Because I honestly thought Bitcoin was going to outperform Ethereum in this bull run, but as of late we can see Ethereum's kind of taking back the reins and moving up with this resistance level down here. After support, like look how steep that is.
I mean, that's a very constructive
through.
looking graph.
Yeah.
Looking price action for the Ethereum Bitcoin.
Yeah, Ethereum's just flying past Bitcoin in terms of value.
It makes you think, and this would be out to everyone, to probably reevaluate your portfolio percentages in the different things. I feel like a lot of people are heavily Bitcoin based, myself included.
Yeah.
Are you heavily Bitcoin based?
I am heavily Bitcoin
Positioned
based.
into Bitcoin?
Yeah, definitely.
But looking at these graphs of Ethereum put against Bitcoin, you might, at least I'm thinking of reconsidering.
Go to the Ethereum hourly. It's about to close. So crypto head.
Go to crypto head. I mean, look how good these charts are looking, guys.
Yeah, look at this strong trend line just going upwards. It's just going up and up. These massive red candles can't even take us back down. If we look at long term.
Yeah, just an incredible looking graph on the...
Absolutely insane. Look how steep this moving average. I'll be interested to see if that acts as a level of support as well on the uptrend as we just keep going up.
I mean, that is insane when you pull it back out into the longer term picture. Like, you can see Ethereum is just going absolutely parabolic.
A bit of a wedge formed here with a few contact points as well, and then we just absolutely broke through.
I mean, and this is textbook stuff. You see it on a lot of different stocks. We're seeing high lows and higher highs every time, and it's contracting, and each contraction is getting smaller and smaller and smaller until we get to what happened 12 hours ago, and we see a huge breakaway to the upside.
Sorry, I can't give you our Twitters as well. It's not. Let me put the links in the chat. But Jamie's is just /Jamie Tree and mine /ShizoCrypto. Is this a 15-minute?
There's a 15-minute chart, yeah.
All these Fibonacci retracements just keep going up and up. What do you guys think about 5K Ethereum end of Feb?
Yeah, what's everyone?
I don't know. First,
End of Feb.
Let's look at what we've made. Let's see what kind of moves we've made this week and this month so far. So year to date, 600%. So year to date 100%, 6 months 300%, 3 months 150, 1 month 36, 1 week 11. I think this bull run has just gotten started, but for what is that? 4 times?
Yeah,
In
4
1
times by the end of February. I mean, it's doable. We're going parabolic. And just off the top of my head, a few of the big people in the space, Crypto Daily, I think he's a crypto YouTuber. I think he's about 300k subs. He has a 4k Ethereum target.
By when? Just this bull run?
But 2021. And then we have Raoul Paul, the ex-executive of JP Morgan Europe. He has 20,000 this bull run.
We've got Michael Van de Pop. If you don't know him, he's a day trader. He's got an awesome track record with these kind of things. He's majority just technical analysis. He's got a prediction for this bull run of 10 to 17,000. So,
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think, who's the other? BitBoy Crypto. He has a huge. He has a 40,000 or 50,000, something ridiculous this bull cycle.
Yeah. And you can't fault any of these guys because they've been around in the space since the beginning. So
yeah, they've been in the crypto game for a long time. They've seen a lot of stuff, and they've made a lot of right calls. So if you're looking just at sort of the consensus and the sentiment of where the price is going to be, a lot of people are thinking the bull run lasts a whole year. A 5k Ethereum end of Feb, maybe.
You really got to look at these big
yeah.
names in the space to see what they kind of think and what they're projecting. Just see what the overall consensus is. And also if we look at all of the other cryptos as well, like Bitcoin, we got Michael Van de Pop on a $350,000 to $450,000 for Bitcoin. Polkadot to $250 to $350. Yeah, if we see a $350,000 to $450,000 Bitcoin, we'll definitely see something insane for Ethereum.
Yeah, I don't think Ethereum gets there by itself. I think we need to see a lot more constructive Bitcoin action to even begin thinking about these.
Definitely. So you say 27k for Bitcoin for BitBoy? Is that what he's calling for Ethereum? I think that's what he means.
A 27k.
That's this bull run, right?
That sounds pretty spot on with the other analysts.
Crypto Head, what kind of other altcoins are you interested in this bull run? Yeah, it's up to you. I can't even post it. I don't have enough comment karma.
Oh, you don't?
No. One that I've actually been looking at very closely as of late is Zilliqa. I've known about Zilliqa for a while, but I've always known that they've been doing good things. But I think now, more than ever, with like the amount of time that Bitcoin takes to transfer and the amount of like scalability issues we're seeing with both Ethereum and Bitcoin, Ethereum costing so much to transfer and taking a lot longer than they should. I think Zilliqa is really going to do something good in the space, and with themselves putting themselves on their own blockchain as opposed to just still being an ERC20 token, I think we'll probably see Zilliqa come close to the top 20 or even in the top 10. 3.5k more realistic? Yeah. I'd say 3.5k for Ethereum, over 5k before the end of Feb. By the end of Feb, I reckon I could probably see, let's see what kind of gains we saw in the last bull run. So kind of like from this run up here.
Crypto Head, give us your price prediction for end of Feb. Do you think it hits 5K, or what are you saying? Says that for September, yeah. Yeah, I think you're right on BitBoy Crypto. I think he thinks that's the end of the bull run, September, October, and then we see somewhat of a pullback.
You see, if we look at this from the level of 727 to 1259, that was over 5. Wait, yeah, that was over 5 days and 12 hours. That's a 73% rise. So, you know, if we're at a 1500 now and we see the same kind of gains at some point in Feb, yeah, it probably puts us at around just under 3K. I could see this happening now, with including this kind of impulse here. I could see it still keep going up and uptrending. So, like, you know, this is almost the exact same rise as we've seen here. From here, if we don't keep going up, we'll see another sort of sideways trend, and then I say that we keep going up after that impulse. But, you know, if we're just looking at the end of Feb, then it doesn't really help us much, especially if we're going to be holding for a long time. So the macro level scale is always the best thing to look at for these kind of things.
I'm going to pull up I'm just looking for one of the graphs. It's, I'm sure you would have seen it if you're in the crypto space. It's the amount of Ethereum leaving exchanges based on the price action, and it's almost a perfectly inverse chart. Like, you can see it historically it's just supply and demand. As Ethereum is drying up from exchanges, the price goes up. And I think we saw a huge dip over the last 72 hours. And as you know, we made a new all-time high. So if we go, I just want to find updated figures on that.
Do you want me to get it up on here? I'm going to send it through.
Yeah, I'll send it through so we don't actually get off the...
Through what?
Not sure.
Yeah, I'll pull it up on here. Just tell me what.
So I've got Ethereum leaving exchanges. Yeah, the CoinDesk is good.
He said, Crypto had said his altcoin picks as well. I'm actually really interested to see that. Let's quickly look at that. Oh, you're looking at Zilliqa as well? Yeah, VeChain.
And he's calling for 3K for end of February.
Yeah, honestly, I can't fault that at all. I definitely think there's a very decent chance of that happening as well. I'd say we'll be just under. I definitely think we'll keep moving to the upside with gains of at least 30 to 40%. I quite like VeChain as well.
Yeah, this is an older tweet, but it sort of gives you an idea of what... Yeah, this is the Ethereum held on exchanges. And look what happened over the...
Wow. Sell the ETH in the 1 to 2K range. Yeah. Exchange is running low on Ethereum. Yep, that's exactly what we've been seeing.
Yeah, Crypto Head, what are your biggest positions? What's your crypto portfolio looking like at the moment? In terms of ours, I'll speak for myself.
Shortage has been priced at. Yep.
Yeah,
it always comes out quite a bit after.
I mean, look at, it's a delayed reaction of the shortages on exchanges. So, I don't know. I feel like the 5K by end of Feb might be a bit more believable than we think.
The kind of best sort of portfolio people and, big people in the space say to have is sort of majority of your portfolio in Bitcoin, so 50 to 60%, then about 30% in Ethereum, 20% in other altcoins that you like, and then just a little bit in these tiny little coins that you think are just going to explode and can take over a large portion of your portfolio. But I think it's time to reevaluate that. I think it's time to see like a 30% Bitcoin, kind of 35% Ethereum. That's what I'm currently holding at the moment. I'm holding just a little bit more Ethereum than Bitcoin just because I've seen it's been a nice hedge against it for the short term. So
yeah, I've got to agree. I think there's a lot of Bitcoin maximalists that are going to leave a lot of gains on the table over the next few months. Even the big guys, so not even the just pumpers on YouTube that are just throwing out these insane price predictions and just pumping all these altcoins.
Yeah.
They're not even
VeChain.
like Raoul Pauls, Michael Saylors, even Elon Musk, like all the big guys there, besides for Chamath Palihapitiya, I see them all being even more bullish on the outlook of Ethereum over the next few months. So,
have you seen anything about LTO, Crypto Head? This is one I've been watching for a little bit. I've still got mixed views about it, but I see it on socials all the time. One ETH, 2 ADA. Oh, nice. Oh, good. Is it only second spot now? 3 Zilliqa. Nice. My portfolio would look very similar to yours, except I've got Ethereum, then Bitcoin, then ADA, then Zilliqa. I don't have any ICX.
So Crypto Head, you have no Bitcoin at all. That's a interesting portfolio allocation.
I probably would have doubted that a couple months ago, but now...
Yeah, now not so much.
Yeah, not so much.
No Bitcoin.
I have no Bitcoin.
Honestly, I think you're in the right place, Crypto Head, and I think all the Bitcoin maximalists will need to reevaluate over the next...
Definitely.
I think they're going to get left behind a bit. I think everyone does well. If you're in crypto, I still think you're in early, but I think all the maximalists are going to have to, reevaluate. Hey, we have 10 watching. Welcome everyone to the stream.
I plan on cashing out of Bitcoin.
Cashing into Bitcoin at the end of the year. Yeah, I think that's the sort of the best strategy.
Yeah.
I think the end goal is to maximize your Bitcoin, but when we're in the midst of these bull runs, you're going to get higher returns on the smaller cap altcoins. We're going to see higher increases on Ethereum, on ADA, on Zilliqa.
How's your portfolio looking at the moment, Jamie? What have you got?
I mean, I'm preaching about not being a Bitcoin maximalist, but I'm 90% in Bitcoin right now and the rest in Ethereum.
Yeah.
But I think I will be reevaluating that.
Like, look at this massive explosion in Cardano. I think that's one that we all saw coming at around January to February.
I mean, when Bitcoin ran hard in November, December... Oh, he hasn't heard of it.
Wait, what isn't you heard of?
Cardano?
Oh, LTO, yeah. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure on the specifics of LTO. I think I'll be doing more research on it because I've been seeing a lot about it online.
Welcome everyone to the stream. We're just hanging out, we're checking out a few different altcoins, a few different cryptocurrencies, looking at the charts, looking at the Ethereum is going into price discovery mode. It's interesting times. Welcome.
We've got ShizoCrypto here and Jamie Tree sitting next to me.
And we're doing a bit of technical analysis. Brown person, that's in.
Yeah, go for it. You don't hold any Link, do you, Crypto Head? I was really big in Link up until the recent up until the recent run, and then I sold my position out and put it into Polkadot, Kusama, and Zilliqa at that point. But I still think Bitcoin is an awesome hedge against. Chainlink's an awesome hedge against Bitcoin for the short term. Like, we can see this wedge form happening, and 12 watching. I think Chainlink's going to be one of the big players this year in terms of the cryptos. And in the top 10, I think it's really going to outperform a lot of them.
12 watching, let's go. Crypto Head, how did you even find the live stream? Because we were just hanging out, watching the charts, and we just wanted to go live on the YouTube. How do you find the stream?
Yeah, on ADA. Yep.
Return on investment.
I mean, Michael Van Day Pops also put a $10 to $20 bounty on Cardano, which is absolutely insane. $20 Cardano would completely...
Who is Michael Van Day Pop? I've heard him in Crypto Daily News. I think Crypto Daily News talks about him a lot. Is he just a day trader?
He's a day trader, yeah.
Day trader?
Yeah, he does YouTube videos and he's pretty big on Twitter.
And I'm guessing he's very bullish on the outlook for...
Pretty much the whole crypto space. He's very bullish on the whole crypto space, yeah, but...
Okay. What's he do? Does he do YouTube or just...
Does YouTube. His YouTube's pretty small just because it's really basic technical analysis stuff, but I'd recommend...
Hey, Tiak, someone in chat. I found it by searching Ethereum News. Awesome. Too good. Welcome.
It's nice to have just a small little party of just us here.
Yeah, a nice little party, just hanging out, watching the charts.
Tiak, what are you most bullish on for this bull run? Let's look at...
Tiak, tell me you're holding some Ethereum. Tell me you've been holding it the last 24 hours or so. Found you on Reddit. Welcome to Frost.
I held Litecoin a couple months back, and I held it for a little bit, but I honestly have kind of lost the drive, lost the demand for it. I can't really see the demand for it anymore.
Daniel Sava just got into Bitcoin. Yeah, I've been holding Ethereum. Tiak, very nice.
I should have bought Link at $4. Yeah, I know. I think I got into Link at only about $13.
I own 3 shares at $13.81. I mean,
3 shares of Ethereum at $13.81. Just my chance, guys. Awesome.
I mean, Daniel, I think those shares, when you say shares, do you mean you own 3 Ethereum? I think you will be served well.
I think for Ethereum, anything under 1600, 1700, you'll see some awesome returns this bull run. That's why I'm kind of buying up, waiting for these little buying positions to come in. I'm buying a little bit more slowly, taking profits along the way here and there.
Hit like, guys. Thanks, Crypto Head. Hey, Eli Solomon. Regards from Bondi. Welcome to another Aussie in the chat. Good to see you. Eli, are you in the crypto game? All the way in South Africa. Oh, this is too good.
Awesome.
I'm enjoying this live stream. It's just...
What time is it in South Africa?
Yeah, we got an Irishman, we have a Bondi, we have a South African.
Nice.
Not bad.
I've still got a lot of my family in South Africa as well.
Grant, also known as ShizoCrypto.
And we've got Jamie Tree here, guys.
Hey, we got a Netherlands man over there.
1:17 p.m. Nice.
You're Verstappen.
Hey, we got 17.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
What kind of numbers do you guys think we'll see this bull run?
Yeah, everyone in chat, throw your Ethereum end of February predictions down and what you think will hit in this bull run, which I would say probably lasts all of 2021. So your 2021 Ethereum prediction and your end of February prediction.
It's really cool to see everyone in Ethereum at this point in this kind of price discovery phase.
Oh, look at all these South Africans, man.
What the hell?
Oh, we got a French. We got Andy Jessop from France. Welcome. We have Kudzai Pufen from South Africa. And we have Jean-Pierre de Jesus, please, also from South Africa. Crypto Head, thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. You've been up for so long. Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for interacting with us as well. It was awesome to hear your views and everything.
Yeah, hopefully we catch you another time.
960 by the end of Feb.
960. That's a
for Ethereum.
That's a bearish call for Ethereum. Interesting, Andy.
I can't fault you, but why do you think that?
We got a bearish call. Marwan Ma from Sweden. Must be pretty early over in Sweden. Alrighty guys, I think we can be pretty optimistic over the next 2 weeks. Long-term momentum is down weekly, daily chart. Are you looking at the right chart, Andy? I don't think I've seen a more bullish chart in my life for Ethereum.
What sort of momentum indicator are you looking at?
Yeah, what indicators are you on?
Because currently in price discovery.
Eli's in it big time. He's a veteran of the 2018 bloodbath. Never lost faith, and I've learned some important lessons.
That's good. Honestly, that's really good.
Yeah, Eli, I bet you have diamond hands by now. You are worn.
What do you guys think about the price in the next 5 hours? Honestly, hard to say, especially in this point just after the breakout of this kind of impulse. I think we might see a little bit of a retracement and then keep going up. We might see, sort of 2 bounces off the short-term moving average and keep going up a little bit.
Next 5 hours, I think. I don't know. Everything's just getting bought up too much. I'm constantly seeing tweets and news about. Look, there's 2 huge drivers of the Ethereum price and the momentum and sentiment behind it. We are seeing a huge amount of Ethereum just leave exchanges going into cold storage. And this is outside of the Ethereum 2.0 staking, which is at I think it's at 400+% or something. I think there's over 15% of the total Ethereum supply is being held up for staking in the Ethereum 2.0 contracts to be a node. I think, do you know how long it is held up for? Is it 24 months?
I'm not sure.
I know it's held up for a long time. Long term. At least to the end of the year. So, just basic supply and demand. I think we see huge moves up. Let's look back at what happened to Bitcoin when it broke its all-time high. It was funny, I was reading messages in our chat when Ethereum just broke open, when it broke its all-time high, and we were freaking out about it, breaking through 20k and 21k and 22k.
Oh, really?
And it's just funny looking back because, we're spoiled. It's almost disappointing seeing Bitcoin at 35, 36k when we saw the 40k.
Yep.
But it's funny looking back, just a month or 2 ago, we were absolutely losing our minds that Bitcoin had
Smashing
broken through 20k.
A 3-year all-time high.
Yeah, 3-year all-time high. When is this? It smashed through in about December, and then look at the following month. We saw it pretty much 2 times. So I'm going to play devil's advocate with the Ethereum price. I reckon we see a nice building over the next few days. I reckon we see it head into the 1700s in the next week. In the next 5 hours, who knows? Too short a time span. Oh, here we go. Kudzai Pfend. $25,000 month end. $150,000. That's I hope
month
so.
end. Yeah, I think a 2,500 USD Ethereum for the end of the month is it's pretty. It's
I
pretty
thought he
fair
said
to say.
$2,500.
He did say 2,500, right?
Yeah.
He said
I
100.
thought he said 25,000.
He said 150 for the end of the year.
Insane. And he said 18 month lockup period for Ethereum 2.0 staking. Yeah, so I mean, a lot of people, the general consensus, and that normally translates across into the markets, is that the bull run's going to last all year. All of that Ethereum has been locked up in the 2.0 staking. So it's at least 18 months that this supply is just not being able to be traded. So I know, it's good.
And for 150,000, you did say 100. Is that 150 or 15? That's 15,000. Okay.
Yeah, I misread. I thought 150,000.
I mean, looking back at Michael Van de Pop's, prediction, it's on track, 10 to 17,000. I'd say he's usually pretty spot on with these things as well, and my views align with his as well. So
we have a question from TYAC13 in chat. What's your guys' opinion on the GME, the GameStop short ladder attack situation? I love it. It's the most entertaining thing I've probably ever seen. I feel like a lot of the people that are in crypto, like a lot of the guys on Reddit on cryptocurrency, they're the exact people that frequent the stock market, that frequent Wall Street bets, that frequents all the finance subs, and who doesn't love a good David and Goliath underdog story? You love to see it.
I love everyone saying diamond hands and keep holding on for the long run.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what I want to see with these kind of things. We don't want everyone selling as soon as we break through some all-time highs. We wanted to just keep going up and up. So.
Yeah, I wish people had the same conviction that they had with GME in regards to cryptocurrency. Then we would see some crazy moves.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I love to see it. I wanted to FOMO into GameStop, but I stopped myself because, yeah, if he's still in, I'm in. Exactly, yeah. Do you know what that's from?
No, what's it from?
So the person that started it off, I think his name's
yeah.
And he posted at the end of the day just a screenshot of I think he took a $50,000 option of call contracts in GameStop, and I think it got up to $50 million at one point, and then it's become become a bit of a meme that if he's still in, and he's just holding. I mean, GameStop went down like 100% yesterday, and he's still just holding.
Oh my god.
I mean, he would probably get killed now if he does that. It's just too much.
I think if he did sell, the whole thing would just collapse, right?
100%. Imagine if he sold
every
and
exit position.
Everyone would exit their position on the Wall Street bets. It'd just be over.
I saw the market turn late 2019 and have been accumulating ADA ETH since, together with bags of ZIL, VET, Link, and DOT. Awesome. That's an awesome portfolio.
I'm expecting a happy ending. I'd imagine you already have a happy ending right now, Eli.
Eli, do you have any Bitcoin? Do you have any Bitcoin, Eli? From what I see online and in the chat, I see so many people just accumulating ETH and all these sort of smaller altcoins that actually have a bit more functionality than Bitcoin. So who knows? I think we could see a lot of the altcoins outperforming Bitcoin for the short term and even through to the long term.
Hey, 21 people watching. Thanks for coming and hanging out. We're just taking a look at a few of the different charts. It's super interesting. I mean, you can't take your eyes off the charts when crypto's moving like this. So thanks for hanging out.
What do you guys think of RSR? Never heard of it.
RSR, yeah, I've never heard of it. Omar. Jean Pierre, did you use this? GME is a pump and dump. Peeps are going to win and lose. Yeah, 100%. I think it's almost toxic, the amount of diamond handing that is going on in the GameStop, not in the GameStop, in the Wall Street Bet sub. At this point, some people are going to lose badly. Like, I'm all for that underdog story and the David versus Goliath of attacking these huge hedge funds that have loaded up on naked calls and have unlimited liability. But if you're putting in too much, if you're putting in more than you can lose, I don't know, it's a bit toxic if you ask me. But you love to see it. Do you think 20 Ethereum will be able to get me a house next year? I think the Ethereum bull run finishes probably towards the end of this year. The consensus I'm seeing BitBoy Crypto, Crypto Daily, Raoul Paul.
20 Ethereum right now, I think
I think you'll be able to get a house this year, but I think we see a pullback by next year. Mods for Fun HD, welcome.
You know, if everything's on track and we hit a 10 to 15,000 Ethereum this bull run, it's not a pump it up, it's a short squeeze. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. It is a short squeeze.
Anything in this top 50 you guys think should be higher on the ladder? I think Zilliqa should easily be in the top 20, I'd say. You know, putting it to market cap.
Yeah, and
way up.
People have too much skin in the game. 100% they do. Like, I'm seeing posts on there from like college kids or like people being like, I sleep in my car, and I'm down 50k. If I can hold, you can hold too. I feel like that sort of groupthink and like people cheering each other on, just being way too over leveraged into GameStop. Like, I love it, but yeah, I don't know. I don't want it to end badly for the small guy. You don't want to see that. What do you think is going to happen to the Bitcoin price in the short term, and opinion on the Michael Saylor conference? Thanks for bringing that up. That is big news. The Michael Saylor conference coming up. That's first week of February.
I think we're going to see some big things with that summit. I think we're gonna, not in the short term. I don't think they're going to release everything all at once. I think when people's kind of quarterlies and yearly financial statements get released, we'll see a little bit more. We'll see people talking about their Bitcoin holdings. But to see some names, you know, get involved in that summit, like some of MicroStrategy's clients, like who we got, you know, Pepsi, I think Adidas, a few more of these big retail companies. If they start buying up Bitcoin slowly but surely, then, you know, we'll see that, like the buying of Bitcoin outperforming the mining, we'll see that keep continuing throughout the year, and the supply will, you know, dramatically decrease and shoot up the price even more. So nothing for the short term, I think, for that summit, for the short term in terms of like immediately in 2 weeks or 1 month time, but definitely for the medium term to long term, we'll see a huge impact from that summit, I believe, at least.
Yeah.
Michael Saylor is a very, I think, influential person. I think even a lot of the you know, the finance people in those big companies going to that summit look up to him a lot. So I think, you know, we're going to see big things from it.
Yeah, I would agree. I think people are getting maybe a bit too excited about it. Like,
definitely.
people are thinking that there's going to be this summit this week and all these big institutions, it's just going to be a snap of the fingers and they're all going to start loading up on Bitcoin. And I don't think it's going to happen like that. I don't think it's going to work like that. I think the excitement from just the retail traders and all the people in the space about this conference has definitely maybe been blown up a bit.
Yeah.
I think, as Grant said, anything that comes of this is going to be long term.
I think it's awesome news. Like, it's very big news.
Yeah, it's awesome. And yeah. Michael said he's a great advocate for Bitcoin. Like, he's really well spoken. He knows how to speak. You have to have a certain way of speaking to people to get them to understand, especially these institutions. When you're trying to convince a board of directors and all these corporate hacks,
100%,
to invest your balance sheets into Bitcoin, you want a well-spoken guy like Michael Saylor to be doing that. But I don't think it's going to be a short-term huge thing. The only short-term thing we'll see is from the excitement in regards to retail traders. That's what I think.
So I'll respond to the chat questions in a minute. Let's see what we got. Also, I think, you know, with Elon posting memes about Bitcoin recently, shooting the price up, and then Saylor responding to him, and then Elon asking him questions about things, and then them having a sort of like an offline conversation about it. I think he's, if he's even got Elon on board, after that he even put Bitcoin in his bio. So if he's the one that got Elon on board to Bitcoin, I think we'll see him definitely easily get more names on board with Bitcoin as well.
Ono Mono 1999, how do you think CME on February 8th will affect Ethereum prices? I think you're referring to they're releasing option contracts for Ethereum, which they did. Do you know much about this?
No.
I only have a small, correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I understand is CMC released future markets for Bitcoin. And from what I know about that is it was positive for the price action. People can buy futures on the price of Bitcoin. So I can only see it being positive for Ethereum as well.
I only heard about it briefly. If you want to give us a rundown, I'm more than happy to see what our opinions on it are.
Honestly, I remember hearing a lot about it maybe a month or two ago, and then not hearing much out about it. So let us know what you think about it.
Which brokerage/platform do you guys use? I use Binance. We've used some CoinSpot and Coinbase for our, business behind the scenes, but I think I like Binance the best. Honestly, it's the only one I've ever used. It's the only one I probably ever will use.
Yeah, what brokerage platform do you use? So we're based in Australia, so the big one that we use is Binance, I think.
Our options are quite limited. Not limited, but our options for really good kind of, yeah,
we're limited in terms of brokerage. Lucky we do have the option of Binance.
With their features and stuff, Binance.
I mean, it has good brokerage fees and it has great liquidity on it. There's no difference between the buys and sells. I was using CoinSpot. I don't know if anyone is based in Australia in chat, but CoinSpot had huge differences between the buys and sells. So I think there was a few $100 between what the actual price was and then what you could actually sell or buy it for. So I ended up converting over to Binance.
John Pierre, I had 2 BTC stolen from a fake trading platform as a newbie. Learned a lot in the short time. I have Ethereum, which is 3 times me and will send it to Hex eventually.
2
nice.
Bitcoin stolen from you.
That's unfortunate,
dude,
I'm so glad that you learned your lesson. I think there's still a lot of people that's going to be falling for. It always happens with these run-ups. People get their Ethereum and Bitcoin stolen. So that's unfortunate. I'm glad you learned something from it. I'm glad your Ethereum has hopefully made you back your money that you lost, depending on when you bought that Bitcoin. I use Binance, Luno, and Uniswap. Nice.
Bitcoin held only to trade with. There's more bang for your buck in terms of quality. Top 50 coins. Look at the low caps for your moonshots, but the quality coins in top 50 will perform.
Yep, definitely.
100% Eli. 100%.
I always see these little coins shoot up in price and make massive gains, but at the end of the day, I'm not usually willing to dabble with a lot of these things. I want to see a lot of practicality. I want to see a lot of potential adoption with it. So I'm not really into looking at these tiny things below the 50 market cap range.
Yeah, and we were talking earlier about how I feel like a lot of the Bitcoin maximalists are just going to get left behind in terms of the next few months. I think we're going to see Ethereum outperform Bitcoin. I think we're going to see pretty much everything in the top 10 and extended probably into the top 50 outperform Bitcoin.
Look at this. We've already seen Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin quite substantially since the beginning of the year. And I believe this has happened every January thus far. So if you're going to be looking for things like this, you've got to be looking at the kind of cyclical nature of these graphs every single year. I use Binance, yep.
Yeah, 100%.
Also with your portfolio positions, I think it's always good to have something that kind of suits the current demographic and movements of the market. With the mass amount of people coming onto Bitcoin and Ethereum, something like Zilliqa is a good hedge because they're a project that give you some sort of answer to these scalability scalability issues in terms of Bitcoin being at 15-minute wait time and Ethereum having this massive gas prices. So always look for projects that are kind of giving you answers to your current portfolio issues.
Jean Pierre, what is Hex? Is that a offline wallet? Is that some sort of cold storage, or is that a brokerage platform?
Yeah, I
curious
assumed it was a like a decentralized platform or something.
Yeah, some sort of wallet or a brokerage platform.
That maybe we don't have
Kind of
in
interested,
Australia. By the way, if you're new guys, make sure you leave a like on this live stream if you're enjoying the content.
Yeah, thanks everyone for coming and hanging out.
Just leave any thoughts or any questions you have in the comments. We're more than willing to discuss it, see what kind of different opinions we have on certain topics and whatnot.
Hex is a token.
I'll move it to Hex. Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Let's have a look at the top 50 real quick. Where can I see the volume? 5 million, sorry.
Hex is an interesting one. Ranked 202.
Market cap is 1 bill.
1 bill. No, 1 mil.
1.5 bill.
No, 1 bill. Wow.
It's not on Binance. ERC20.
So that's
Store
built
voucher
off.
replaces certificate of deposit as a blockchain counterpart of the financial in traditional.
It's built on Ethereum.
Leverage off the emerging DeFi. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see a lot of tokens coming off the Ethereum network. Kind of with, you know, heaps of these big names moving to their own blockchain, with Polkadot taking recent adoption, you know, allowing people to build their own blockchains. Why do you see this one really exploding? Because I haven't even heard of it. This is the first time reading it. I'm just giving you my upfront, you know, thoughts about it. I want to see what you think. I could very well be wrong about it, so.
TAC13 for first live streams. You guys are very good. Thank you very much. We were honestly just hanging out and watching the charts, and we randomly post videos on YouTube, so we just thought, why not go live and see if we can hang out with a few more people. So it's pretty cool to see everyone in chat and just being able to interact with people. This is actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe and everything, guys.
Yeah, if you guys want to drop your Twitter handles or your YouTube channels in chat, I'd love to interact with you guys in some way. It's been a lot of fun just chilling with you guys.
Disputed by the community. You think Hex is disputed by the community? And also...
Okay, so do you think Ethereum will hit $1,600 tonight?
Look, we're seeing some kind of a little bit of pullback. Let's move this to the 1 hour charts and see what we're dealing with here. Oh, sorry.
Alright, the answer I'm going to give you is we have no idea. I'm leaning towards yes.
We're really in this price discovery phase. We've seen, you know, look at these fib retracements. It's going up, it's pulling back, it's going up, pulling up, pulling back. If we do see, you know, a sort of 1600 tonight,
I think we do see 1600. I think there's too much short term. I mean, let's rewind the clock 2 to 3 months and remember what happened to Bitcoin as soon as it broke, when it really broke through its all-time high, and what happened, the price action over the next week or two. If we see that play out with Ethereum as well over the next few weeks, I reckon $1,600 tonight is reasonable to expect. But who knows?
You know, if we kind of compare it to this run up, you know, we did see that level at the 1.6, and now it's kind of consolidating. I say we run up. I say we keep going up to this 2.6, maybe around 16.8. Maybe not tonight, but over the next few days, I reckon. That's what we'll see.
Alrighty.
I hope Ethereum goes to 2,000 soon.
Good side friend. Guys, what do you take on 1 inch? Honestly, I know nothing about it. I see it on the Binance home screen all the time, and I think the photo of it, the icon is pretty cool, but besides that, I know absolutely nothing about it.
It's got something to do with uni, hey?
Yeah. And
Decentralized exchange
I know it's
aggregator.
being pushed heavy by Binance.
Oh, this is what 1inch is. Oh, yeah. Honestly, with the demand growing for these decentralized exchanges and no kind of overarching power and hierarchy like we saw with Robinhood, and now this is there to kind of inhibit the issues we'll see with decentralized exchanges. I think it's probably a good investment. I don't know. I'll be watching it. I won't be buying it personally, but I see the attraction. So there is a higher probability of Cardano going to $4 this bull on the Bitcoin it has of hitting 350,000. What's saying the 88? Yep. I don't see. Yeah, I can definitely see Cardano hitting $4. High chance of Bitcoin of hitting 350. Yeah. I would have disagreed. Oh, Uniswap and 1inch. Oh, okay.
Daniel Sava.
So that's the same thing Uniswap does.
Daniel Sava with CVC prediction. I don't know much about it, but I just took a quick look at the chart. I think upwards. I think
don't we pull it up?
I think all the coins, especially with what we're seeing going on with Bitcoin and Ethereum, I think everything goes up. Who knows what it goes? I think everything's positive. The chart looks good. The chart looks constructive. We'll have CVC on there.
And guys, don't want to pull it up. And guys, with this kind of impulse range here, I think it's a good sign that we're just going to keep moving upwards and build some resistance levels for if we do come back down. Shoot up to the upside of maybe 16 to 1700. Keep this upwards momentum going. Let's change these a bit. Hold on.
Uniswap and 1inch compete with each other. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I see the. So.
Yeah, Eli, you make a good point. I think just the amount of money that would have to come into Bitcoin, like people forget how it has a nearly $700 billion market cap now. To see these insane predictions, like even for it to get to 100K, we need to see a huge amount of money shift into it. These smaller cap stocks, these smaller cap cryptos and altcoins, we don't need to see as much money to see a 2x, a 3x, a 4x. So I think you're exactly on the money there.
John Pierre, sorry if I butchered your name. What are your top holdings? Always interesting to see people's top 10 holdings.
Yeah, let us know everyone in the chat, let us know what your top holdings are.
Any XRP holders?
Yeah, have we got any Ripple holders in the chat? Do we have any Dogecoin holders in the chat?
One thing I quite like is synthetics. That's something I will be watching. I've seen the heaps been moving into cold storage and big values. Do you know much about synthetics?
I don't know much, no. Give us a.
Let me just pull up
in a nutshell. Look at the chart of that. What the fuck?
Yeah, enables the issuance and trading of synthetic assets.
So is it to do with NFTs? Is it like NFTs?
Yeah.
It is, okay.
On-chain exposure to unlimited range of real-world assets. And I've seen like a lot of news about all these exchanges in China and like towers in China closing down and getting sued because they were selling American stocks and that kind of thing. And I think this could be like a good answer to those. Hex long term. So Andy's got Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA, XLM, Nano, Link, SNX, Nice, Dot, and AAV. Interesting. I've seen a lot about AAV as of recent as well. What do you guys think of decentralized? Oh, Decentraland. I thought you said decentralized in general. I was going to say, I quite like it.
Chris Titus, Decentraland. I haven't heard of it. Interesting project. I'm new to this, and many altcoins look promising. Yeah, they do. A lot of the charts look extremely constructive. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, we're spoiled for choice in terms of the different different altcoins. The charts look just way too constructive.
Yeah, SNX is a derivatives protocol.
Okay. Only Ethereum and Hex for long term.
I have never heard of Decentraland.
Yeah, let's take a
And if you're new to these cryptos, I think it's really hard to look at anything below the top 50 or even top 30, no matter what the project is. I think you really got to wait till it proves itself a bit, and even if you feel like you've missed out on profits, I prefer to see, these projects have adoption, have, a good, I'll plug that in, have like a good team behind them. A team is a very good thing to see. Good socials, constant update of blog posts, which is something you can't really upkeep at the very beginning. So many of these little projects just put out so much content at the very beginning. They pump themselves up and then they just ghost, and then their price 100%. Goes down. So
I mean, let's not forget what happened in 2017. And I don't want to tear down Decentraland, but yeah, these small projects, and there were hundreds of them in 2017. And exactly right, that have a really fancy looking website, that have really fancy looking socials, that put out all these press releases and all these tweets and on their socials and websites.
Just massive ICO.
Yeah, that make out for that they're going to be the next Google of like.
When they start selling their holdings as soon as the price booms. So
all these pump and dumps. So there's going to be a lot of projects that are going to try and take advantage
happens all the time.
What's going on with cryptocurrency and altcoins. Let's not forget what happened in 2017. So yeah, just be careful. Always trade from a position of strength. I feel like you can't go wrong with Ethereum, Bitcoin, and probably everything in the top 10. And probably the top 50.
If you're looking really carefully, just look in the top 50. I'd say is a good place to look at after you've done your research in kind of the top 10 and seeing what they're about, seeing their projects, look at the people on board, go onto their LinkedIn, see what they've done in the past, see if they're, ADA and DOT look good. They were dumped in the past and now they're growing. I agree. Definitely agree. I don't think they'll be dumped again either.
DOT looks good, dumped in the past and growing. I'm really bullish on DOT. I really came around to it. I've been looking. Grant runs his own ShizoCrypto YouTube channel.
Mine's ShizoCrypto. This is Jamie Tree. In case you're new,
in case you're new,
organize who we are.
We both put out various cryptocurrency content or stocks content. We're both finance based. We're trading stocks for a long time, and now we're sort of getting into the crypto game over the last few years.
I've almost stopped trading stocks completely.
I mean, yeah, when you're in the midst of a bull run like this, it's very easy to just completely ignore stocks.
Definitely.
And just jump in. And I think that the returns over the next few months, 100%, will be made in cryptocurrency.
Sorry, Andy, I can't open this. Can you quickly give me a...
I'm opening it.
Oh, you're opening it? Nice.
Yeah.
Jamie's got it. No worries, Chris. Yeah, I haven't bought anything below the top 50. Even if I like the project, I actually watch it for a very long time and I go into its history. If it doesn't have much of a history, yeah, I really try to steer clear. Anyone in AAVE that can give us their quick opinion on it? I really want to hear what you guys have to say about this one. Because I know about these sort of collateral cryptos, but I have no idea how to even, put their crypto under collateral, how the money comes in, you know what I mean? Do you think Ether will get to 5K by the end of the year? It's really hard to say long-term projections when we're currently in sort of a price discovery phase. If you go look at a lot of the big names who are putting content out on their price predictions, you can see there's, people like Michael Van de Pot putting out $10,000 to $17,000 Ethereum, which is really the max and min bounds you'll see for the end of the year? I think it will. Definitely on the higher end of these two bounds hit by the end of the year. So yeah, me personally, I think it will hit to, I'd say, between 15 to 17.
Andy, I got open your Ethereum prediction. It's a chart with
Is this for Ethereum?
yeah. So we see it break past 1800 in the near term and then pull back. I reckon
To 900?
I don't reckon it pulls back under 1,000.
If you look,
I think it pulls back a bit less, but the general consensus, yeah, I agree with your analysis on that one.
I like your analysis as well, but if you see those two impulses that you draw on, one of them has a lot of touches and a lot of movements and volatility. The other one's kind of spread over a longer range, and I can't see that pullback happening with that much resistance happening. I could be wrong, but yeah, it's building a lot of support line for Ethereum. So I can't see it pulling back to 900 quite.
Yeah, just speaking on, do you think Ethereum will get to 5K by the end of the year? Let's just run through some of the price predictions that's going on in the community. I think on the lowest end you have Crypto Daily. On the lower end you have Crypto Daily. He has a $4,000 prediction. That's the lowest prediction I've seen. That is the lowest, which is insane. And all the people that are making these predictions have been in the game for a long time. They've seen a lot of stuff. On the second highest I've seen is Raoul Paul. He has a $20,000 price prediction for this cycle, which consensus is this year. And then we have BitBoy Crypto with his $27,000 price prediction. And what's Michael Van Day Bob?
He's 10 to 17,000.
$10,000 to $17,000 this cycle. So a $5,000 Ethereum by end of the year. I think just based on the consensus and everything that we're seeing heat up in the crypto markets, I'm going with yes. I think we do see a $5,000 Ethereum this year.
I think it's just at a point where it's risky to not have any Ethereum or Bitcoin in your current total portfolio. I think it's a bit risky to not have crypto right now with all these institutions buying up, retail investors soon to buy it, retail investors that have already bought up.
100%.
I think you're putting yourself in a really bad position if you're not at least looking at the big names in cryptos and buying in for yourself.
Definitely. Let's just go through a few of the huge tailwinds that the crypto market and Ethereum specifically has this year. The first is the money printing that's going on. I think a ridiculous amount of the US dollar in total existence has been printed in the last 12 months, and that's only going to continue. Joe Biden and the Democrats, they're known for stimulus packages, and the dollar is just going to break down. Just that tailwind by itself is going to see a huge building in all assets. I mean, if you look at commodity prices, if you look at, I don't know if you guys follow like even like corn prices, they're exploding to the upside because of inflation. Everyone's expecting a huge amount of inflation. So that is a huge tailwind that is going to lead the entire cryptocurrency market and specifically Ethereum. Now, looking at more Ethereum specific tailwinds, let's take a look at the Ethereum 2.0 contract. I think 15% plus of the entire supply of Ethereum has been tied up. Someone in chat said it's for 18 months. So that's this entire bull cycle. 15% of the Ethereum contract is tied up in the 2.0 staking. It's pretty much in cold storage. It won't be able to be touched for the next 18 months. They have to act as nodes and they're not allowed to sell it. Yes, please. The other thing that we're seeing is we're seeing Ethereum leave exchanges in droves. I mean, if you've been paying attention to the amount of Ethereum that's been taken off exchanges over the last 2 weeks, the all-time high wouldn't be surprising to you. So, yeah. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for hanging out for the live stream. It's a good time to be in crypto.
Oh, hey, Crypto Head's back. Did you see him?
Hey, Crypto Head. That was a short sleep, man. Welcome.
Eli Solomon. Why do you think Aave has so much potential? I've held some of these collateral. Comp's another one, isn't it? Compound. I looked at holding a bit of it in the past, but I decided against it just because I had no idea how its functionality actually works. Let's look at what's that? Oh, okay.
Just laying it out.
All right, let's go back to the top market cap. This is always an interesting one to look at. Bitcoin, Ethereum, obviously. XRP seen out at 16. Polkadot is about to flip XRP again, as it should. I think Polkadot is an awesome project. I'm holding Polkadot and Kusama in my portfolio. Lots of Ethereum being cold storage. This will be a supply shock. Will have a huge effect on price. Anything between 10k and 20k. Yep. Yep, definitely agreed. Also, if you're new to sort of the TA, let me see if I can find it. Bybit's really good for these kind of things. You can see Jeff Bezos was stepping down as Amazon CEO. Is that new news? Jeff Bezos stepping down as Amazon CEO.
No, yeah, I saw that this morning. That's super interesting.
What? I did not hear about that. Going into crypto? Like, look at this, guys. I think some of you guys are new to crypto. This is one of the biggest things to look at. Grayscale Investment Holdings. They're just a massive Bitcoin fund that is accumulating Bitcoin at extremely rapid rate. I think if they stopped buying Bitcoin, it would have a massive adverse effect on the actual price. So always, just keep your eye out for these guys. They're still buying up even through these, these dips. They're buying up at this peak. They're buying through these dips. They're buying through this. So they're just dollar cost averaging it all the way and just keep on accumulating. What do you guys think about Elon Musk and Tesla buying into Bitcoin on their balance sheet after this summit? Because we know that Elon and Michael Saylor are in talks, so we could see not in anytime soon. I don't think they'd release that they're buying up Bitcoin, but I think at some point we might find out that Tesla have been buying up Bitcoin this whole time, or just recently. So I think I wouldn't be too surprised if they did. Again, guys, this is another massive thing to look out for is Ethereum Bitcoin. Is the Ethereum Bitcoin trend. Watch this to make sure you're always in the best position. Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin, which is, awesome to see. I think we all expected this around mid-January for this to just keep going up and up. Ethereum not hitting all-time highs and Bitcoin blasting past. I think we expected Ethereum to at least catch up to what it was about, last bull run. When they're both at all-time highs, Ethereum was probably about 8 or 10% of Bitcoin. And as Bitcoin just slowly rose, we saw Ethereum go down to like 1% value of one Bitcoin, one Ethereum to one Bitcoin. We saw like a 2% value. So, it was inevitable for Ethereum to catch up in this value.
Yeah, I feel like this is a chart a lot of people don't watch.
Watch as much as they should, definitely.
Yeah, watch as much as they should. A lot of the newer people to the cryptocurrency space, it's important to be looking at your cryptos against what the Bitcoin price is, because if you're say everything's going to be going up in a bull cycle, but if it's not going up against the price of Bitcoin, why are you holding it? You want something that's going to be outperforming, and as we can see from this chart, the Ethereum price action against Bitcoin, it's very constructive, and it looks like it's going to continue
Definitely
into this year. A lot of people suspected that over January this is what was going to happen, and it's outperformed incredibly. If we look back at the last bull cycle, we can expect this trend to continue. So yeah, an important chart to be looking at, and I'd recommend taking a look at it. Awesome, yeah, TAC13, Jeff Bezos stepping down as Amazon CEO. I saw that on Twitter this morning, but I didn't take a look into why. Did you want to drop in chat why he actually stepped down as CEO? If anyone in chat knows. I mean, if you're that rich, why are you working anyway? So fair enough.
Hey, we've got some new people in.
We've got some new people. Welcome. We're just hanging out, watching the Ethereum price action,
We've
checking
got
out some charts.
Jamie Tree here, ShizoCrypto.
ShizoCrypto, yeah. Just wanted to hang out and watch some charts, so welcome to the chat.
Anyone got any moon picks for this bull run? I know I've got a few.
Yeah, why don't we talk through some of the altcoins? There's two exciting ones.
Do you want to go through from 50th place? Go through any that we like? Anything that you like?
Yeah, I want to talk a bit about Kusama and a bit about what was the other one? You sent a video.
Zilliqa?
Zilliqa, yeah. Let's talk a bit about Kusama, because that's interesting.
We'll start on Kusama.
Wait, is Kusama the one Sharmath Palihapitiya was speaking on? Was that?
That was Zilliqa.
That's Zilliqa? Okay,
that was
cool.
Zilliqa.
Yeah, let's talk about these two.
Okay, we'll start with Kusama. If you guys don't know, Kusama is kind of like a testing ground for Polkadot. It's kind of where people are going to build their products before they go onto the Polkadot chain, or potentially just stay on Kusama. I think Polkadot's an awesome project. It's already seen adoption, and I think Kusama will explode with Polkadot, and I think it could potentially outperform it. I think we're going to see like big brain names, big people, like awesome developers come onto this and make some outstanding projects in the future. It's a very speculative one for me. I think it's one that I kind of think flies under the radar that could really blow up and make some serious gains. That's just my opinion. If there's anyone else who's big on this project, so let me know. If you disagree or agree, I'm really interested to hear both sides.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
This one, if you look at the graph of this one. So I actually took a position in this one when it was around 30 US, I'd say. If we go to on Binance, I think Binance haven't had it since its peak, since its start though. Yeah, it looks like it's only got ranges from 4th of September, 5th of September. But you know, some crazy gains, 3 times since September. But you know, not stuff we haven't seen since the beginning of not stuff we haven't seen with all the cryptos in the space at the moment. But yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. There's levels to it. So I feel like we're going to see Ethereum outperform Bitcoin. I feel like we're going to see Polkadot outperform Ethereum. And then for Polkadot, I think we're going to see Kusama outperform Polkadot. Would you agree with that?
I'd say, yep, actually, I would agree with that,
into the tiers, they're sort of the next derivative of each other, but they have smaller caps each time you go down.
Let's just compare this Kusama to Polkadot real quick.
Yeah, definitely a speculative buy. I feel like keep most of your money in Bitcoin and Ethereum, but in terms of outperforming, I think it has a good shot to do it.
Like, look at this, guys. Ever since Kusama came onto Binance, it's kind of moved with Polkadot. It's jumped up at the same time it's jumped. It's kind of sitting back, just waiting to see what happens. I think once we see some projects come onto Kusama, well, it's actually hit 110 today. That's awesome. I didn't actually notice that. But, you know, once we see it's kind of gained some more projects onto it, I think we'll see it explode. Just as Polkadot, if you see this Polkadot exploded, Kusama kind of followed, trailed it off around halfway and took its own route to this kind of descending wedge it's following in this 1 day range. I think once this kind of follows down and heads to its resistant, you know, into that end point of this wedge, we'll see it explode up and catch up to Polkadot. That's my opinion. I've got a $250 price target on this. not only from the technical analysis. I think this technical analysis is a little bit weak, but I think it should definitely be higher in the market cap position. I think it should be at least in the top 30s. Another one that I'm extremely bullish on is Zilliqa. I said it earlier. Some of you other guys heard this one. Let's see. Any messages?
Eli
in
has
chat?
a bit of Zilliqa.
Oh yeah, Eli. Why are you bullish on Zilliqa?
Yeah, that's good to see, honestly, because Zilliqa it's not a huge coin, so it's interesting to see that a few people, even just in chat, are holding it.
It's a very good sign if, you know, let's take a look at their website real quick. They've got an awesome team on board. I think that you know, they're really responsible with how they've handled this project and the things that they're doing with it. You know, I love the stuff that they're doing as well. I love their website. I think a website's always a good thing. Their Reddit is super active. I'm on there from time to time. Their socials are super active. You know, Zilliqa is always tweeting and posting the things they're doing and posting out updates. That is another thing you really want to see with these smaller projects in sort of the top 100 to top 50 is their socials are you know, on point, and they're posting blog posts about the things they're doing and letting everyone know what's going on. Which is Zilliqa is definitely doing. They've blown that. Zilliqa is sort of like Chainlink with their socials. Both of them have these awesome, always posting what they're doing and awesome people behind that. And I think with these current conditions, Zilliqa being one of the fastest transaction speed and crypto, and also moving on to their own blockchain soon, I'm really excited to see what the future holds for them.
100%, and I don't think you can downplay the importance of having a good social. Is unlike sort of Bitcoin and Ethereum, which everyone already knows, for these smaller projects, it's the only way that you're going to build any sort of momentum and hype and just awareness about your project. So it's so important to have these crisp looking socials. You want to see them being putting out a lot of content and good content. Otherwise I'd stay far away from some of these other altcoins unless sort of that's what you're seeing, because unlike Bitcoin, there's actual teams behind these, and you want to see that they're putting things out and getting awareness to what's going on, or because the price is going to follow the awareness. So
Yep.
yeah,
Definitely.
and look how good it looks. Like Zilliqa is a great example of how to do it right.
You can find anything on this website so easily, and not only are they being you know, the best in the game in terms of scalability and offering, you know, these low, you know, on the screen now, these low gas fees and being really cheap and really fast. They're also doing things to kind of get their name out there. Like they're doing a decentralized chess game where you can bet your Ethereum, which I think is awesome. That's something that's just building up their own publicity. They're really smart with their marketing and everything. And when they start moving up through the top 50 market cap, I think we'll see a massive explosion, you know, in the upcoming months. So I don't know, what do you guys think? I'm really interested to hear what you guys think about it.
We have Crypto Head. He says you can stake Zilliqa in Atomic Wallet at 16%.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I don't mess around too much with staking.
Annual percentage.
I've thought about it, but do you stake Crypto Head, and why?
Yeah, I personally don't stake any of my coins because you want access to them, and who knows sort of what the future holds. Things can definitely change on a dime, especially in terms of cryptocurrency. Especially
with some speculations about the SEC. I don't really look at all these kind of FUD and SEC news too much, but you know, on the off chance that we do see something, because I'm not too well versed about those kind of things, so it's really unpredictable.
Plus
on top of that, the SEC has also gotten a I think it was a couple of weeks back, but they got a massive crypto head on their board, so I think that's really good for all the other projects. Thought on Tron, I don't dabble in... Sorry?
Case and Nile, what are your thoughts on Tron?
Plus have Zilliqa domains. What are your thoughts on Tron? Honestly, I've seen Tron as well in the socials, but I haven't really dabbled with them much either. I'll pull them up. I'll give a quick first glance at them and just see what I think.
I remember Tron running so hard back in the 2017 bull run, like running ridiculously hard. yeah, they're a good example of awareness and building retail hype around a project.
Oh yeah, Tron's this one.
But I'm not loving the chart. Yeah, in terms of the chart, I wouldn't, like, with everything going on at the moment, it doesn't look as constructive as you would want it to be. But yeah, just the awareness and the people that know it back from the 2017 bull run, it might play into its favor. So
I know quite a few big names holding it as well. I always look to make sure that there's big names involved and big names having just, it gives me a bit of peace of mind. But yeah, why are you bullish on Tron?
I have immediate access whenever I want. Yeah, that's the sort of wallets that you want. I know there's a few different services. I know the Winklevoss twins on Gemini. I think you can stake your. I think a lot of the top 10 coins at least you can stake and earn some sort of percentage return. I'd just be careful with it. Atomic Wallet, I think I've heard of that before, and it is a reputable one. But yeah, you just want to be careful with the different wallets that you're staking. If it sounds too good to be true, a lot of the time it might be. But yeah, no lockup time. That's great.
Wow,
that's awesome. I mean, if you're earning 16% return, why not? If you're not going to be selling, if you're just going to be holding it, why not? And I feel like that's why a lot of people have been staking it in the 2.0 contract. Same sort of line of thinking.
Anyone looking at buying any, initial offerings of any cryptos that we can research and talk about here? Because I've actually never personally bought from an initial offering in my life. I've looked at a few, but I've always decided against it.
14.2% returns for staking on the 2.0 Ethereum. Interesting. I use MetaMask for it.
Oh yeah, MetaMask. MetaMask is good, especially if you're doing those kind of things. I think it's always best to use a hardware wallet, but it doesn't, it's a wallet's a wallet. So
yeah, wallet's a wallet, and I feel like a lot of people especially on Reddit and Twitter and stuff, that go on about not your keys, not your crypto or something, about taking all of your crypto off of taking it into cold storage. I feel like that's overstated a bit. If it's a reputable broker, if it's a good exchange, if it's a good wallet, I feel like you're pretty safe a lot of the time. As long as you do the research. A lot of these big ones are backed, so even if something does happen to it, it's fine.
Yeah, as long as you're not transferring to random free Zil. Who doesn't love free Zil as well?
Free Zil.
Get it instantly. You don't have to wait 10 minutes for it either. Any altcoins you've been looking at, Jamie, or not, or haven't really been dabbling?
Haven't really been dabbling.
Especially with the Ethereum run up, I don't think it's really. Oh, it could be wise to look at some of these lower cap ones.
I actually wanted to take a look at the Litecoin just to be disgusted by it. Because I had a big position in this towards the end of last year and eventually just put it all into Bitcoin and Ethereum. But it's disappointing.
Let's get Polkadot off. Let's look at it compared to Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I think that's the number one thing.
It'll illustrate.
We'll look at both actually, especially just the Litecoin. Yeah, it's only really starting to, I think this is one of the biggest downtrends we've seen in this other than XRP in this kind of
and
pullback period that we've had recently.
Yeah, and let's not forget that the Ethereum not the Ethereum, the Litecoin all-time high is, I think it's $400. It's not even close. So we're having Bitcoin and Ethereum smash through it, and we're seeing Litecoin just absolutely stuck in the mud.
Yeah.
So yeah, look how this isn't a good-looking chart. So this is Litecoin on Bitcoin.
So this is this 300, I believe, is I think it's our 30-day moving average. No, it's divided by 4. I don't know. It's a large time, but let's just change it to 1 day so we can look at our 30-day moving average. You know, it's got that awful momentum of just going downwards since June of last year.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, not June of last year. Yeah, well, yeah, since June of last year.
Yeah, exactly. And when you look at a chart like this, you have to ask yourself, why am I holding this coin? If it's breaking down against Bitcoin of all things, I think your funds are better elsewhere. So, yeah, a few months ago, I took the decision to take it out, and yeah, it's just not a good looking chart. So my original thesis behind holding it was that PayPal and I think Square were incorporating it into their payments. So the big four were Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. So I thought it would see some huge momentum behind that, but clearly it hasn't played out like that. The actual fundamentals behind Litecoin, it's just a second-rate Bitcoin. So yeah, I don't see any reason to hold it.
It's a very sad and dull investment. I took a position as well. I think I took a tiny bit of profit, but I didn't mind because I just put it into another project. I think that was the point where I put into Polkadot. But I was waiting for this to kind of take back some control from Bitcoin in the reins in this bull run, but I could never really see it coming, and I was watching it for a while, but now I've just kind of lost faith in it. So until I see some big movements in it, where I don't think I'll be taking any positions in it anytime soon. I understand why you would though, but I personally don't think I will be. Have we got any comments?
Yeah, so Jean-Pierre says ICOs are usually scams. I learned that the hard way. Yeah, 100% right. So you said you've been around since 2017, and you've seen it all. You're sort of a veteran of the crypto markets. And yeah, looking back at 2017, a lot of people got burnt by these terrible ICOs that came out that were just absolutely nothing, that have a lot of hype around them, and they would go up huge percentages. I remember when things were getting listed on Coinbase back in the day, they'd go up multiples, and then just be complete duds.
Yep. What are your thoughts on 1inch? We spoke about 1inch a little bit back.
It's the decentralized exchange.
Yeah, I'll quickly pull it up again.
Token.
I haven't really dabbled with 1inch or Uniswap, but yeah. I see again the same thing. I see the appeal, but I think I'm gonna have to be watching it a little bit more. Okay, yeah. So it connects between the decentralized exchanges and gets you the best price. Yeah, I think with the adoption of decentralized exchanges, especially with everything that happened with Robinhood, that we will, and people coming towards crypto in a more sort of, a decentralized hedge against all these big players in the stock exchange. I think these decentralized exchanges will be used more widely eventually. I think it's just a matter of time as to when, and I guess why.
Synthetics SNX has been absolutely killing it. Yeah, we took a look at it before. I think you were asleep, Crypto Head. But yeah, the chart has been absolutely killing it. You're absolutely correct. Yeah. The chart looks very promising, so I think that's a good hold.
I took a position in synthetics a little bit ago. I think it was about $12 a couple of weeks back, and I think that was when I saw that heaps of these Chinese companies were closing down because they were selling US stocks illegally. And I think this is I think SNX is a good alternative for people who want to get into that space in countries that don't allow those sort of things. So, why do you think SNX is a good buy? Look into it. Bring derivatives to crypto. Yep.
We'll wrap this up at 11:25.
Yep. Actually, yep. I didn't even realize how long we're going for. We've got a few minutes left.
Yeah, only a few minutes. We're going to take off. We have a few videos to make for our channels.
Don't forget to subscribe to us. We got ShizoCrypto here, Jamie Tree.
Yeah, I'll leave
streaming through Jamie's channel.
I'll leave Grant's channel in the description. And if anyone wants to leave their Twitter or their channels, let us know. It's been a lot of fun hanging out with you guys.
I sold mine, made nice profit. Yep, so did I. I took my position out of it to put it into some of the bigger names.
Just a last check of all the charts. 36.2k for Bitcoin, looking good. We have 15.5 on Ethereum. It's building nicely still.
15's on a yep, sorry.
So it's nearly midnight here in Australia, so it's going to be hard to sleep. We might be a crypto head.
What's that?
It's going to be hard to sleep.
Thanks for the compliments. I've only been in crypto since September 2020. I've been learning quickly after being scammed. Do research to keep it. Nice work. I hope you do well. I hope you do really well this bull run. I hope you make some life-changing gains and everything. I hope we all make life-changing gains.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
We're all in this together, so.
It's always a learning process. I don't think this will be the last bull run. It's always a lot of fun to be in the community during a bull run, but I think this is just one of many. It'll be an interesting time.
Yeah. We'll stream again, maybe over the next couple weeks. Maybe if we see any huge movements in the market, we'll jump on and say our thoughts about it.
Every few days, I reckon we'll jump on, do a stream. This was our first one. We'll look into improving it, getting a better mic, getting some music, getting some overlays. But awesome. Thanks to everyone for coming through and hanging out and watching the stream with us. It was a lot of fun. Hang out with everyone.